Hi everyone, Danielle from Neat and Tangled here with a colorful hello card for you today. I'm going to be using some of our newer products to create the card. And the first product that I'm going to use for today, or show you today, is our Hello There die. This is a great standalone die. It also does have a stamp set that goes with it. And this is our Graduated Stripes cover plate. And I'm going to be using those two things today. This is the Hello There die, and here's the stamp set that goes with it. I'm not using it today, but I thought you might just see it. And the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and run that cover plate die, the Graduated Stripes, through my Big Shot with some plain white cardstock. And so this is what you're left with after you run it through your die cutting machine. A really cool panel that fits perfectly on an A2 card front. And you'll have these leftover little rectangles from when you die cut it, and that's actually what I'm going to be using today. So I'm just going to line them all up here, and I'm going to stack them and then put the die over top just to make sure that the die fits on top of these. And next, I just selected some of my Copics, and I'm going to start coloring in these little rectangles. So I picked different shades of yellow and orange. I also have a deep magenta color and a dark purple, and I thought they went well together. It kind of reminded me of a sunset. These were actually sort of the colors for our wedding when we got married, so that's probably why I gravitate towards them. But I'm just going to quickly color in these little rectangles, and I'm going to go back and touch up some of them because as they start to dry and the ink starts to soak in, it gets a little splotchy. So then I'm going to actually just flip over this scrap paper that I was coloring on, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to put down a bunch of adhesive, and I'm going to just start to stack these rectangles that I had colored. And I'm going to, take care to line them up so that they are flush against each other. And that's that. And I'm going to reposition a few. The nice thing is that they do move a little bit. And then I'm just going to touch up some of the coloring because some of them, again, started to kind of get splotchy as the ink got absorbed into the paper. I didn't use my Copic paper. I just used regular white cardstock. And then I'm going to take my die and place it over the rectangles like so. And I want to make sure I get it low enough so I get some of those, the magenta and the dark purple in there. And I'm just going to secure it in place with some washi tape, so that when I run it through my die cut machine, it stays in place, it doesn't shift. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it through my die cutting machine, and here's what you get after you're done. This really cool multicolored hello. So what I'm going to do now is do a little bit of inlaying with it. So I die cut the hello from a plain white piece of cardstock, a rectangle that I had cut ahead of time, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to adhere it down on top of another little white rectangle of cardstock that's about the same size. Excuse me. So there we go. And then once I get that down really well, I am going to take the die cut hello that I just made, and I'm going to position it inside of this little panel. And to do that, you could definitely use a tape adhesive, but the hello die cut is pretty intricate, and so even when I use those little dot tape runners, it just doesn't stay as well as I would like. So I'm just using some of my multi-matte medium. You could use whatever your favorite liquid adhesive is, and I'm just kind of squirting some in that hello that I had die cut, the negative that's left, and using a teeny tiny little paintbrush and just painting it throughout. And a little part of it didn't get adhered down with the tape, so I actually just took my quick stick tool, lifted up the little flap, and then I was able to stick it down. That quick stick really comes in handy. And then what I'm going to do is take the hello that I die cut earlier and position it inside the negative space of the white hello that I die cut. And I'm going to use my quick stick again to just gently kind of push everything down. Now, if you do go the liquid adhesive route, you want to work kind of quick because you don't want to put a whole lot down, just enough so that it sticks, because you don't want it kind of overflowing everywhere. So you do want to work fast. So I'm using the little kind of chisel tip on my quick stick and just adhering it down. Now, what I didn't include in the video, which I got a little part of here, was all those little white pieces that were cut out. So like the circles and the L's and the hello and the H. I actually went and took those little white scraps and put them in there too, just to fill in those negative spaces. Here is our panel with the hello, and I decided I wanted to mount it on some of this really pretty purple vellum that I have from Studio Calico, I believe. And I'm just going to quick adhere that down, and then you could definitely use your paper trimmer, but I'm going to be wild and crazy and just cut this by hand, like so that I have a little bit of a, a mat under that white panel with the hello. And I'll just trim up the edges so that it looks somewhat straight. I don't mind the kind of, I don't know, freehand cutting. I think it kind of adds a little bit of character and charm to my cards. So I'm just trimming up the edges, and to add a little bit more interest, I'm going to go around the outside and do some stitching, just some white stitching. And it's kind of hard to see in the video, but you'll see in the card. I just ran that through my sewing machine, and I am going to mount this onto my white card base, and I am going to use, you could definitely use just a regular tape runner, but I wanted to give it some more dimension, so I'm going to use my foam adhesive. And not going to lie, my camera ran out of space, so you're not even going to get to see me finish adhering this to the card. I was honestly being just a little bit lazy because I didn't want to have to wait to finish the card and upload the video and then come back and record it and upload 10 seconds of me peeling the backs off this tape and sticking it to the card. But that's all I do. I lay down my foam. I take care to keep it underneath of the white panel so that you can't see it through the vellum. And then I just stuck it to the front of my card base. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you liked the card. I think it turned out really neat. And head to the blog for more details, and I will see you guys later. Bye.